everyone, it's Sarah from Comic-Con Africa, and today we are chatting to three of our younger players from Magic the Gathering South Africa. So I'm quite excited. Today we're chatting to Liad, Rishon, and Severo. Say hello.
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 Okay, so Liad is 12 years old and from Cape Town. He's been playing Magic for 8 years now and enjoys drafting the most, but will play any format, anytime, which is quite cool. Wave so that people know who you are. And then Severo is 17 years old from Cape Town.
Hello.
You've been playing Magic for 4 years now, and your favorite color in Magic is red. And you see
Yes.
as an aggressive
Doing it right.
player. So we'll discuss that a little bit more. And then Rishon, you are 16 years old, you live in Joburg, and you want to be a professional Magic player. And from what I remember, you are the Comic-Con Africa champ from last year as well.
Yeah, for Arena.
Yay! Okay, so Severo and Liad, I heard from Adam that you are both teaching Magic.
Yeah.
Yes.
So where do you do this?
So normally on Saturdays, the manager at Luck Shack will basically hire us and let us help out the younger kids that want to start Magic, but not really have an idea of what's happening. So we just break it down for them and just the basics. Especially the parents as well, the moms and the dads. They're also pretty keen on learning as well.
Yeah,
that's
it's kind of the big laugh when we keep the moms. They're into the flavor of the game.
I can imagine that would be like teaching me. One of our colleagues actually tried that and he eventually just gave up on me. So I've got to learn to teach myself and I'm Googling everything. So maybe it's on you guys can actually help me out.
Yeah.
So then how did you guys actually get into Magic? So Liad, let's start with you.
So my brother's friends, they played Magic. They learned from someone who knew, and then he just taught me. I taught my brother, my other brother, my younger one, and then kind of played like casually for two, 3 years,
Yeah.
and then we discovered like the Luck Shack. We started going to events, and yeah, just went from there.
Okay, that's pretty cool. It's quite nice that it's sort of going down from generation to generation.
Yeah.
And Severo, how about you? How did you get into Magic?
I was about halfway through grade 7 when one of my friends, it was during break, and I just saw them sitting down around the table playing this weird card game. I had no clue what was going on, so not gonna lie, in the beginning I thought it was a little bit stupid. But as I, learned a little bit about it, I actually started to enjoy it a little bit more. And from there, no one else in my family, actually plays Magic. They think it's a little bit weird or whatever. But yeah, that's how I got into it.
Okay. Yeah, you had a similar starting like my brother did when he was younger. It was the same thing. I thought he was completely weird. We had to drop him off at the comic book store. And I had absolutely no clue what was going on there. And yesterday I actually found all of his old Magic cards still sitting in the folder. So yeah, I don't know, it still baffles me. But it's quite cool.
Yeah.
And Rishon, you?
I went on a class camp and one of my classmates just like went and learned how to play and then brought cards to the camp and then taught me and my friends how to play. Although like none of us really knew how to play it properly, so we made a bunch of mistakes. So we like carried on learning from then. Then I started going to like game stores and losing, but I just kept on playing.
Oh, that's cool. So you, in the beginning, it was more for the fun than anything else.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's quite cool. So we're going to go through, so we'll go in the same order. What do you love about the game? What do you enjoy the most?
So I'd say I enjoy the most, like, I mean, obviously it's a fun game, as all like games are meant to be fun. But I think with the other people playing with, like, someone sitting across from you, playing with them, and you kind of got the same, you know what you're talking about. And that really, especially when there's like lots of people, that really makes it special as opposed to like other games.
Okay, so the socializing with people on the same level, essentially.
Yeah.
That's quite cool. Severo?
What I like about the game is, so in my opinion, I get really bored of a lot of games or like repetitive based ideas for games and things. And one thing I learned about Magic is that no Magic game is ever the same. You always got to have to make new decisions, try out different things. I like that a lot. And you can also like express what type of person you are, like through the decks that you play. People get to know you, on how you think and that type of thing.
Oh, that's quite cool. So you like the strategy behind it?
Yeah.
So you also said, I just have to go back to this. You said you were an aggressive player. Was that you? Yes. Why?
Red.
Explain to someone who doesn't really understand this. What does that mean?
Okay, so basically, I like to kill my opponent as quickly as possible. That's basically that's what I like to do. Just get the game done and over with. So in Modern, I made a deck. So in Magic, your life total and your opponent's life total is on 20, and as soon as someone hits 0 life, they lose. So I made a deck in Modern that on turn 1 I can do up to 14 damage.
Jeez, like. Sure. Okay.
Oh my god.
The games
Okay.
like continue.
Sorry?
Don't you want the game to go on? Like if you kill the person quickly, like don't you lose that whole social aspect of it?
Severo only enjoys turn 1 and 2.
Yeah.
You get bored after that.
Yeah, I get bored after turn 3 and 4, Just when I, get the game done and over with.
Scoop them up.
Okay, well I guess that makes sense then. Rashawn?
I like just being put in those decisions or like spots where you have to like think about like 60 different plays you can make, but like you have to think like what's your opponent playing, what this play is good against in your opponent's deck. I just like being put in those spots.
Okay. So you also the strategic and essentially the pressure of it. Is that what you like?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay. So I know one of you have mentioned that you learn from people at school, but how many of your friends at school actually end up playing with you on weekends or just casually?
So I would say actually like pretty much my whole school knows how to play because the boys only school. I mean, not that the girls wouldn't know how to play. Like there are quite a few girls that play, but most of them don't like actually actively play.
Okay.
But regularly I'll play with my brothers, and then also Severo often comes to my house, and also just at the luck shack, like with the people I know.
Severo?
So in the beginning, it was about 15 or 16 of us that played Magic in grade 7. But after that, or after Magic started to get more interesting and stuff, a lot of people just couldn't just stop playing Magic. And out of those 16 people, I'm basically the only person that's still playing.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I only play at the Luck Shack and at Lead's house and at the other Luck Shacks.
Okay. Why did your friends drop out? Well, not
So but yeah, basically stop playing Magic. So Magic can be a little bit expensive as well. So I suppose not all of them could afford to buy all the new cards every single month or whatever.
Mm.
But I kind of think that they just thought the game was for them, but the game really wasn't, because Magic isn't also for everyone, It's basically for people that, like to strategize and, have different outcomes and, explore a whole other different type of strategy all the time.
Okay, that's quite interesting. Roshan?
I had like a play group of 4 people, and then like 2 of them stopped playing because it is very expensive. So pretty much I've still got like 1 other person playing.
Okay. And so then, because 2/3 of you have said that it is quite expensive, tell me, do your parents still pay for it? Or do you guys have jobs that you do on the weekends type of thing to help bring in the money so you can afford it?
So obviously we were like, especially at the beginning, we would definitely not get the best deck, not the most expensive deck. And like my parents would pay to like enter some events and stuff. But as time gone on, we started to work at the Luck Shack. We actually worked there for quite a while, just during the holidays. So that also gets store credit, and then we use that to buy cards. So it pretty much goes like that. But it definitely is expensive, and while you can make budgeting work, you are going to need to find some resources to buy some cards. And
Well, it's quite smart to work for Luck Shack and build up a credit there. That's good.
yeah, that was very, very lucky.
Severo?
So my aunt, she'll, give me an allowance every month or whatever, to buy Magic cards. But obviously Modern is a really expensive format. I also started working at the Luck Shack, and what we basically do is Leah and myself and a few other people, we will build budget decks, and we get credit of every budget deck that sells or whatever. And obviously on Saturdays we work as well. We teach the people how to play Magic. And one of the biggest things I think is that we just aim to do well in tournaments and stuff, and just, play it smart with your booster packs to give it back into credit.
Yeah.
And, because like in my opinion, I don't really like opening booster packs because, it's random, and I just give it back and just save up until I have enough credit to buy the exact cards that I want.
That's quite smart as well. Rashawn?
I like just use the money like I get from like a birthday present or a Christmas present, and like use it over time to like enter events, and like use the credit I get from the events to enter more and then get more cards, and then try and carry on from going there.
Okay. So it seems like all of you are quite good at budgeting.
Yeah, there is like a concept of like going infinite. You enter one event, and then with the prizes of that event, you can pay for the next event.
Yeah,
And that's the aim a lot of the time.
That's quite smart. I like that. Okay, so then a question that Adam wants me to ask. How do you find all the older players in Magic?
I think they're very, very welcoming. Like, even when I was much younger, it would never feel daunting or anything to play against the older players. Like my younger brother, he started when he was 5, and got pictures of him like he couldn't even like sit on the chair, and he was playing it. And like it's just because when you're sitting down from someone, it doesn't matter who they are, they're playing the same game as you, so you don't really think much of age.
Okay. Severo?
Yeah, I think Leah basically covered all of it. They are very welcoming, they're pretty friendly. And yeah, they just basically treat us as they would treat another adult in the shop. So it's quite nice, actually.
Okay, that's good. And Rashawn?
Yeah, like a lot of the adults are like very welcoming and like just give you cards if they know they're not going to use them, and like it's also like kind of rewarding to know that like you're competing against people who've played for as long as you've been alive.
Okay. Is Adam one of those?
Probably.
Okay, so do you look up to any local or international players? Almost like you want to emulate them, or do you learn from the different, more well-known players?
Well, I'd say, I mean, obviously there's like pros and stuff who play well, so you can learn a lot from them. I mean, no one is specific, but definitely like locally in our shop, there's definitely better players, and I think that's really where you learn from just hearing them talk about the game, and I think that's how I learn. I know, just better players in the shop.
Okay. Severo?
Yeah, there's obviously a lot of pros and stuff, and a lot of people that have been playing as Origen said, as long as you've been alive. But there's no one really specific that I look up to. I basically kind of just, try and, give myself some sort of a name or whatever in Magic, or that's what I'm trying to do. But yeah, that's about it.
Okay. And Rashawn, seeing as though you want to be a professional Magic player, who do you look up to or try to emulate?
I look at all the pros. I like read all of their stuff when I can. And like I think it's also like very like helpful to have really good Magic players locally, because then whenever you're like playing against them or watching them playing, you can ask them questions of like why they did this, and then they'll answer it, and then that you learn from doing that.
Okay. Well, that's quite cool. Well, it's nice to hear that you're learning from more than one person. So you're getting direction. With lockdown, how are you guys coping through that? And then also with Magic Arena, do you think you'll stay with it? Or, well, stay with it once lockdown is done, or, go back to the traditional way?
While I was playing Arena like before lockdown, I definitely play like much more, just more time. You know? But I do also like during lockdown I play with my brothers. But it gets as I was saying, like the whole thing is you are playing against different people, especially when it's competitive. That's also another aspect which I think makes the game really fun. So Arena is kind of a way to get that outlet. And yeah, I imagine I will carry on playing Arena, although I really can't wait to get back to like real life events. I think there's no question whether I'll carry on doing that.
Yeah, I completely feel you there. I can't wait to see other people. Yay!
Yeah.
And I'm not usually the biggest people person in the world.
Yeah,
Yeah,
me too.
everyone becomes a people person after lockdown.
Yeah. And Severo?
Arena never really caught my eye, to be honest. I don't really like console games or computer games that much. It's just I'm a very outdoorsy type person. I like skateboarding. I like playing soccer, that type of thing. So during lockdown, I basically just doing my normal research and checking out the new format statistics and what's happening. But if I'm definitely can't wait for lockdown to finish, can actually have a proper game with someone. It's been a really long time. But if lockdown continues and the situation worsens, then I'll probably find myself jumping onto Arena eventually.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to go back to normal for quite a while still.
Yeah.
And Rashawn, what about you?
Yeah, I play a lot of Arena now. Like I played quite a bit before, the same as like Layout, but I play a lot more now. I still would prefer to play at a local game store with people, but I mean Arena's doing the job right now.
Okay, and then tell me, are you guys planning on entering the Magic Arena competitions we're going to have at Comic-Con Africa Online?
I'll have a look at it. I'm sure I will, unless something unexpected stops me. But yeah, I'm always keen for competition.
Well, let's just say now, don't say anything because Adam hasn't announced it yet. Big announcement coming, and the prize pool is epic, just so you know.
Yeah.
And Severo, what about you?
Okay, if that's the case, then sorry about that. Probably gonna have to getting into arena much sooner than I thought. I'll probably be messaging Laird like crazy about the standard format or what's happening, because standard really isn't my thing. But if I can play, I'll definitely do so.
Oh, awesome. Rashawn, what about you?
I'm definitely gonna try and play. I need to like hold my title from last year.
Oh yes, we can't let the older people win. Like you has to win.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it has been absolutely amazing speaking to you guys. It's nice to get to know you a little bit better and see that our younger Magic players are enthusiastic about growing the game. And yeah, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it. And I shall chat to you more on the Magic groups.
Thank
Okay.
You. Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks
Thanks for
guys.
having us.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.